is going on, you guys? It's Alex, and in today's video I want to go over how to set up Google Ads for your tree service business. I had a call about this and I just wanted to do a walkthrough of how you as a tree service business owner can get Google Ads set up, start getting calls, start generating leads for tree services that you offer. By the way, if you need help with Google Ads for your tree service business, you can click the link down below. You can book a call with me. I'm happy to take a look at your Google Ads campaign or answer any questions you have about running Google Ads, why it's not working, landing pages, anything like that. And of course, seeing if there is any opportunity to work together to get you more leads and help you grow your tree service business. Anyways, before I jump into the tutorial, I just want to show you guys why you should be running Google Ads. So I always like to say there's two reasons why. Obviously you're going to show up at top, and two, your competition just generally in almost any space has no idea what they're doing. If you run ads right, they'll be amazing to you. And so I have a search here, tree removal Edmonton, right? We have tree pruning and removals. Tree pruning, I didn't search for tree pruning. I'm searching for tree removal. I don't care about arborist services as a user, right? Think of what the user's looking for. I only care that they can offer this tree removal service in Edmonton. They've already completely missed the mark here. And if you look right below my face here at the URL, it's not a landing page, right? It's a home page. Landing pages don't convert. Here we have Edmonton Landscaping, again, homepage, and it's not even about tree removal. We have a pressure washing ad. These guys are burning cash, running ads for whatever they want. And then we have stump removal, which again is not at all what we're looking for. Then you have Google Business Profiles, right? We have 4, including a sponsored one, which is quite new. So now there's 5 ads showing up before you get to the people also ask. And then you're going to have very well established AV Tree, even the Edmonton.ca government website here, before you get to the organic results. So if you think you're going to just start a business and get leads organically, this year, it's just not going to happen unless you have a huge budget for backlinks. Anyways, here's the whole result, right? There's 4 spots. There's 4 spots for Google Business Profiles. It's all the way down the page before you get to organic results, which most of you guys unfortunately won't rank for. Another quick example here, tree pruning in San Francisco. This is a large national lead gen site, right? You have tree trimming and pruning. They don't mention San Francisco. They got Marin, Sonoma, Napa, right? And if you look below my face, right there, homepage, right? All-Star Pros, of course. And then there's not even there's not actually a sponsored listing here, but there's Google Business Profiles. And if you don't have hundreds of reviews, you're not going to be showing up here. You're not going to be showing up here because you're competing against Yelp. You're competing against the city website. Davy.com, right? Bartlett. There's one organic local business here. One, right? Just one. Anyways, we're 3 minutes in. Let me jump into the tutorial to show you guys how to set it up and start getting leads for yourself. So open up your Google Ads. Just jump on Google Ads. It's going to look like this. Click on new campaign. Select a new campaign. For your objective, of course, you want leads. So go ahead and select leads. Now, Google's asking you to use conversion goals. You probably won't see anything here if you have a new campaign or a new account, but you guys need to set up conversion tracking before you spend any money on ads. So you don't want to pay Google anything unless you're able to track exactly what users are doing, especially if they're converting. Do not run ads, do not spend money on ads, and pause your ads if they're running already and if you're not tracking conversions. Typically, in this case, it's going to be phone calls and form submissions. So I just want to reiterate, do not spend money on ads unless you're tracking conversions. Do not skip this, right? There's a few things you can skip. Do not skip conversion tracking. If you're not tracking conversions, I don't want to hear that your Google Ads aren't working, because how can you tell, right? Anyways, from here, click continue. Campaign type, of course, a search campaign. You can try their new AI campaign. You can try the Performance Max, whatever you want. I recommend search campaign. It works the best for people looking for local services. And for these, I typically leave these empty. And just name the campaign. Let's do tree service in Napa, since I did just see the location there. Now for bidding, there's a bidding setting I will change once the campaign is published. That's not a gimmick. You can't actually choose it here. I always recommend manual CPC, but if you're in a hurry, you can go with a clicks focus, a maximize clicks bidding strategy. Of course, you want to set a max cost per click bid limit, max CPC. But again, you can't set that now. That's going to come in a little bit. So you can just either remember or do the keyword research now, or just change it at the end. I'll leave this right now on clicks. Then I'll show you guys how to find out which max cost per click to choose, as well as for manual CPC, how much you want to pay per bid. They're also going to ask you for a max cost per click. I'll show you guys how to do that once the campaign is live. Now, leave this alone. Don't touch this at all. Click next. All right, these two networks, Google has you opted in automatically. Just opt out of them, and sorry for the error, you guys. This is just my tested account. You want to opt out of these two networks. I've seen a few videos lately of people recommending search partners. You guys don't want to be showing up on search partners. Hundreds of non-Google websites, park domains, YouTube. No one's looking for tree service on YouTube, right? So you just want to opt out of that. And since we're not running display ads, there's no need to be in the display network. Leave the display ads to Meta, where it actually works for local services, not on Google. For locations, the one thing you want to change immediately is this. One of the bigger issues I run into when I come check out accounts, or people jump on a call with me, by the way, book a free call below, is they will have presence or interest, right? Which is fine because you've got people in regularly in, or who have shown interest in your included location, right? And here's an example of that. I'm not in Edmonton, right? I'm nowhere near Edmonton, and I can see these 4 ads, which is telling me these people probably don't have the right setting selected here for targeting, right? You want people in or regularly in your included location. So it's just going to show people in the area you want to target. And I'll just show you how to set that up here. You're going to enter another location. Sometimes, depending on where you're from, it's going to be 50-50. You can add the area here, right? But other times, and it'll show you what it looks like, right? Kind of looks like that. Maybe that's not the best. So what you're going to want to do is just click a radius, choose the pin, zoom in a little, and just click on where you want to target, right? Click include, or we can remove that one. Click include, right? Now that's going to give us a 20-mile radius. We do not want to be targeting a 20-mile radius. So you can just go here, click edit, click 5, and then now we're just targeting mostly Napa, California, right? So that's probably the best way that most of you are going to find to set up location targeting. So custom radius is going to work the best. Also, make sure you have presence selected. Languages, leave as English. If you are going to be targeting Spanish, have a new campaign. Do not target 2 languages or 3 languages in the same campaign, right? For audience segments, I mean, if you want to add this, you can. You would just add something like tree service, right? And this just helps to give Google a little bit more of guidance when they start with your campaign. So just add anything kind of remotely relevant here. It will not make a huge difference in the long run, but you'd have to test it. I've never actually tested it to see if it's worth it or not, but it does just help a little bit, and you can even add arborist, or it can help a little bit, and there's no option for that there. So just add if it's relevant enough. Do not change this. Leave it as observation. Again, it just gives Google a little bit of guidance, a tiny little push in the right direction, but doesn't have a huge impact on your campaign. Under more settings, I always like to choose do not optimize so that the ads, you want ideally 2 ads within each ad group so you can split test something. Typically 1 ad just running wild and the other ad with pinned headlines, right? Rather than running a Google Ads experiment, which I have a video on. But do not optimize is what I like to move forward with and what I recommend. And for the Google Ads schedule, right? Ideally, you want all days. Nobody's really calling that early for tree removal unless there's been a storm. But typically, you can get away with like 9 until later on in the day. You want to have your ads running after 5:30 or 6 because a lot of people are getting home from work, looking in their yard, and then calling you. So if you can, you definitely want to be running ads till 7:30, 8 o'clock. Business is business, right? It's better to sleep in, run ads later. Than it is going to be to just have ads ending at 5 and your competition is accepting calls at 8, or later. And of course, you can still have form fill outs, whatever. But if you can run ads after the work day, and especially on weekends, you'll have a far better chance at generating leads. You can skip this or try it. I never use it. Just go ahead and skip. And now we're going to add our keywords and build our ad groups. So for ad groups on Google Ads for tree service are going to be the different services that you offer: stump grinding, tree removal, tree pruning, anything like this. And since we're just going with straight up tree removal, we would just name the ad group tree removal. So all your keywords here are going to be related to tree removal. You don't want to have stump grinding, tree removal, and tree pruning, right, and landscaping all in the same ad group, right? Each service, one ad group is how I like to say it. So to find the keywords, go back to Google. It's going to look something like this. On the left, just click on, it's out here, let me move this out of the way. On the left, just click on Tools, and then click on Discover New Keywords here. Enter your area, and this one, you don't have to be exact. Google doesn't let you make it exact, so just Napa County is probably fine, right? It doesn't make a huge difference. And then just add tree removal. or tree service. It's better to offer a little bit more specific services. In a tree service campaign, you'll probably be running both tree removal and tree service, because tree service is kind of like the catch-all. But as you can see here, not a huge difference, and not really a huge difference in cost per click. If you are on a tight budget, you could go for arborist keywords. Those do seem like it's a pretty low cost per click. And if we're looking at everything else, we don't see a whole lot of other demand, right? That's just going to be because Napa's a small area. But if you change this to something like San Francisco, you'll have a lot more data. So in this case, we'll just add tree removal. You want to have like 3 to 5 tree removal or keywords, sorry, in each ad group. You're going to have tree removal near me, right? You can just go back here. You can see, for example, tree removal. Tree removal service near me, and then tree removal service is going to be a good one, right? And then my favorite one of all is the service plus the location, Napa, right? Boom. So we got 6, I think. 1, 2, 3. We got 5. That's a good start, right? And now that's really about it for the actual keywords. It's not letting me jump into the ads here, so I'm just going to pause and see what the issue is. All right, and we're back. So this is where you are now going to, this is where you're now going to build out your the actual ad itself. Let me just fix this a little bit. So for your final URL, this is the page you're going to be sending HTTP. This is going to be the page that you're sending traffic to. Like I said, you guys do not send traffic to the home page or a service page. Maybe you'll convert at 5%. If you're lucky, maybe 10% if you're incredibly lucky. Always send traffic to a landing page, right? Landing pages are designed to convert. Your home page, no matter how well designed it is just simply not designed to convert. So it would be something like tree removal or treeservicenapa.com/landing page. And how you structure it is someone searches for tree removal Napa. You send them to a page, a landing page, that is only the title, tree removal Napa. It's only about tree removal in Napa. The pricing is about tree removal in Napa. The calls to action are all for tree removal in Napa. Everything is aligned. You get the clicks, you get the conversions. It's all relevant. Most of your competitors are not doing that. That's why they're wasting money. And that's why you hear people saying Google Ads doesn't work. Here you can just add tree removal if it fits. Yep, that's perfect. This just kind of changes how it looks here in the actual URL. Makes a little bit of a difference, right? A little bit more relevant. Can help you get a call. Or a click rather. For calls, always add your phone number, right? You want people calling you, especially if they're in an emergency, they'll call you directly from the ads. Now, for the headlines, you want to add as many as you can that are relevant. I have a video about how to structure your headlines, but the best converting headlines are going to include the service, they're going to include the location, they're going to include a call to action, and as well as a pain point / benefit, right? So typically you just go with Napa, tree removal, right? We can just copy this. Tree removal Napa, right? We'll come remove any trees. Fallen trees, fallen or dead, dead trees. This one might get flagged, right? Fallen or damaged trees, need a tree removed, right? Call us for tree removal. We'll remove any trees today. Nice, right? Really good ad, right? Boom, Napa tree removal will come. That's a really good ad, right? Add as many headlines as you want. Same with descriptions. You probably want to have all headlines, all descriptions, just so you can really kind of get the most out of your ads. Really test, really find out what's working. And the description is going to be the same. Dealing with old, damaged, or fallen trees. Call us for tree removal in Napa, CA. Napa's best. You go with Napa's best tree removal service. We'll come remove any tree from your property. call now. Look at that. Really good. Try to add all four. I would spend a little bit more time on this if it was your business or if I was doing it for a client. Obviously, you want to spend a little bit more time, but I'm just going to walk you guys through it. For business name and logo, of course, if you verify your account, go ahead and add your business name, add your logo. It just makes the ad more relevant, makes it more likely for someone to click on it, which is really what you want. You want people clicking on the ads, landing on your landing page, and getting in touch with you. All right, for site links, you also want to go ahead and add these. This is going to look like something like this, like pricing. And you add a description, you add the URL, which brings someone to the section on your landing page, not a new page, but the section on your landing page where you go over pricing, right? Or something like book tree service now, right? Or tree removal rather. It's just a link. It makes your ad a little bit bigger, takes up a little bit more real estate on the ads, on the search results page, and it just makes it more likely for someone to click. And of course, if they want to book, they click this. It brings them to the section on your page where they can book, and you got the lead, right? Same with callouts. Callouts look something like this, right? Serving all of Napa tree removal, right? It just adds a little bit of extra text to the end of your ad, gives it more real estate, makes it far more likely to someone to actually click on your ad and get in touch with you, which is going to be a lead, right? If you're not doing this, your ads probably are not performing anywhere near as well as they could. So of course you want to go ahead and add those. There are other asset types you can add. I always recommend structured snippets. I have a video on how to add those. If you can, you always want to add prices. You can also add promotions with holidays. Any holiday that's coming up, 10% off. Mention this ad, get 10% off. If you can add promotions, it just makes your ad more visible, more real estate, more likely for someone to actually go ahead and click on it. Don't add lead forms. Some of you have an option to add images. You can also add images as well. That does help. And now at this point, we're just about ready to publish the ad. There's just one or two more things I want to show you before you're ready to actually launch the ad. So just click next. Now, for the budget here, the best way to determine the budget is ideally you want a budget where you can get 10 clicks per day, right? If you're not able to get 10 clicks per day, it's going to take so much longer for you to really find out what's working, what's not working, and to make Google make sense for you. If you have a $300 per month budget, right, or $600 per month budget, if you just run ads a few days a week, fine. But in that case, probably Facebook is going to be a better bet. But the really easy way to see how much 10 clicks cost is just go back to your keyword research. You can see here for tree removal near me, it's between 13 and 80 bucks. Let's call that $40 a click, right? Times 10. Here in Napa, there's probably not enough demand, but here in California, you probably want to be spending about $400 per day if you really want to be getting enough clicks for it to make sense, right? How much are these jobs worth, and is there enough demand? And if you just set it to $10 a click, you're going to get really low quality users, and you're probably just not going to get any clicks at all coming in. Of course, you can test it. Always start low and raise depending on the data, but that's the easiest way to tell. And here I'm just going to set it to 0.01 so Google doesn't inadvertently spend any of my money. At this point, you're ready. Click next. Google's going to review the campaign, and at this point, I also just want to remind you guys, if you do need help with Google Ads, if you need help setting up your campaign, conversion tracking, landing pages, anything like that, even just any random questions, click the link down below, book a call with me. I'm happy to talk to you guys. And yeah, from here, you're ready to go. Click on Publish Campaign. You might get a random error. Probably doesn't make any sense if you've actually set it up properly. So you can just go ahead and click Publish. And again, test campaign here. It's just asking me for a bunch of extra data here. Now, again, Google is asking you here for your Google tag. If you haven't set up conversion tracking, set it up now. Sign up on Google Tag Manager, get Google Analytics set up, and make sure you're tracking phone calls and lead form submissions, so that you're able to make sure you're getting the most of your Google Ads campaign. If you're not doing that, you're just throwing money down the drain because you don't know what's working, what's not working. Anyways, now you can change the bidding strategy or at a maximum cost per click, which you just do that here. If you just click on the gear icon, you can finally change to a manual CPC. Right, so you can see here it's on maximize clicks. Just go ahead and change bid strategy. Select bid strategy here, and then choose a manual CPC bidding strategy. Or if this is where you want to just go with max clicks and kind of let it set it and forget it for a while, and this is where you want to set your max cost per click bid in it, this is where you do it here. If you are paying $40 per click, right, that's what you would set, 40. And if you did only want to try it out and pay $10 per click to see if it works, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. In a city like San Francisco, if there's a million or more people in your area and not so much competition, which I imagine is not the case in San Francisco, but you can get away with a lower cost per click, but you have to try everything, right? That's really that's the name of the game when it comes to Google. Testing, testing, testing. So whatever you choose, that's where you would change it. And at this point, you're ready to go. If you did make it this far, as always, you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget that you can click the link below. You can book a call with me. I'm happy to take a look at your Google Ads campaigns, answer any questions you have about running ads successfully, landing pages, strategy, anything like that. And of course, see if there's any opportunity to work together to help you get more leads and grow your tree service business. As always, you guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.